Well, it's that time to finish this series. Well, as a lot of you know, the Three Ninjas series can be a miss with some of y'all. And I know a lot of people hated on the sequels to the 1992 film, it, well, themselves. But is the final installment of this franchise really that bad? Well, yes and no. Well, I consider it to be a so bad it's good movie, especially since it has some pretty good special appearances, from various big stars, but three new players for the Three Ninjas. So here it is. Here's my review of Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain. Big Days Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1998 martial arts comedy adventure flick Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain, released by TriStar, directed by Sean McNamara from a story he co-wrote with Jeff Phillips. Now, the film stars only three of the original actors, and none of the original child actors from the previous films never came back because they had grown old. Excuse me. The film was released on April 10th, 1998, after it was filmed a year before. This would also be the final film of Victor Wong before his death 3 years later, and was filmed in Denver at Illich Gardens theme park. His film, stars as the titular characters Mathew Botuchis, Michael Laskey, and the second, and James Paul Roeske the second, along with Hulk Hogan. Let's see, Lindsay Felton, Alan McRae, Margarita Franco, and as I've said already, Victor Wong, plus Loni Anderson and Jim Varney as the bad guys. And, well, bad guy and bad gal, that is. Anyway, now this, and of course, this would also be one of Mr. Varney's last few films before he passed away in 2000. Now, like I did with the last film, I will not give the whole story away since this film did worse than the previous one, and it's gotten a big fat 0 from Rotten Tomatoes, so I will not give you the whole story. But if you would like to see but if you haven't seen my reviews of the other three films in the Three Ninjas series, click on that card and it'll take you to the playlist in case you might have missed them or if you want to see them again. All right, let's begin our story. Well, I'm going to give it to you anyway. During their summer vacation with their grandfather Maury, 15-year-old Rocky, 14-year-old Colt, and 9-year-old Tum Tum take a test in pitch blackness on an obstacle course. They manage to complete the course, yet fail to learn how to use their other senses in place of sight. Later that night, Maury overhears Rocky and Colt planning on not returning the subsequent year due to them growing older, leaving Tum Tum by himself. Maury becomes depressed at this. Returning home, Tum Tum also becomes depressed after learning that his favorite TV show, Dave Dragon and the Star Force 5, is going off the air soon from cancellation. And not even his favorite sandwich was made to cheer him up, which confuses his mother. The next day, they meet a new neighbor, Amanda, who accidentally crashes her RC helicopter into their house's window. To recompensate, Jessica invites her, well, that's the boy's mother, invites her over for breakfast and attends Tum Tum's birthday party at Mega Mountain, an amusement park modeled after Six Flags. Once they arrive at Mega Mountain, Rocky goes to spend time with his girlfriend Jennifer and her new friends Veronica, Eric, and Doyle, which that's spelled with an L-E, not not like my name, which is an A-L. While Tum Tum convinces Colt to join him to watch the performance while the kids are enjoying themselves. A master criminal mind named Mary Ann Rogers, aka Medusa, and her henchmen sneak in and commandeer the park, disabling many rides and shutting the place down to hold the patrons hostage. Medusa and the rest of her men infiltrate the park's command center operations as their secret base, and she threatens the park's owner, Harry Jacobson, to pay the $10 million ransom in exchange for the park's guests' safety. Meanwhile, Tum Tum and Colt want to get an autograph from Dave until they witness and save him from being captured by Medusa's henchmen. Rocky rejoins his brothers and Amanda, fending off the men after spying them on the surveillance camera monitors. Sorry, still under the weather. The boys and Amanda realize the park has been compromised and report to Dave about who went into action. The boys and Amanda notice the radio to make contact with the emergency services, and the police and firefighters units are sent to investigate the park. However, Medusa and her men spot and ambush them, which causes the FBI to arrive at the park for backup. In retaliation, Medusa orders her Jamaican sidekick CJ to increase the avalanche ride speed level. The boys and Amanda rescue the rioters by fighting some of the few men with Amanda's special arsenals that she possesses while she overrides the ride with her control her laptop. So, anyway, now that's all of the story I'm going to give to you. But anyway, if you really want to know what happens next, I would recommend you watch this movie, but I'd only recommend this a one-time watch if you're a hardcore completionist. But in my opinion, I'm going to just also give this and avoid this film. Not many, they may not have the original actors back because they were, to play the Three Ninjas because I know they were too old and what have you. I can understand that people don't like the changes what they make with characters and what have you. That's understandable. This film can be a hit or miss, but I feel like it's a so bad it's good in ways film. But you don't have to take my word for it. Anyway, my thoughts on Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain. Like I said, it's kind of in a way a so bad it's a good film since I've only seen it twice. Anyway, and while despite having a mere of the big fat zero on Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic does, however, have it as a factual okay score of 44 out of 100. In some reviews, Variety wrote, only small children with limited attention spans will be impressed by the lackluster kung foolishness. The New York Times says, things are sad when Hulk Hogan gives the most touching performance in the film. And Nia Gates, who did this review, called the film interminably boring, but concedes it is possible young children might enjoy it. The film was later released in a trilogy style along with the second and third films in the franchise, and has since seen a nostalgic revival. As someone called the Mighty 90s called it the most 90s movie you can watch, and saying it had the most complex and impressive fight scenes of the franchise. Well, I kind of factually do agree because I think I put this over the previous film over Knuckle Up, but don't take my word for it. You be the judge if you have seen these movies. Anyway, I did like the setting for it at Illich Gardens theme park in Denver, Colorado, which I've never actually seen, but still, I think it looks pretty cool though. Now, the music by John Coda was pretty decent enough. Now, for the performances of the three ninjas, now played by Mathew Botuchis as Rocky, Michael Laskey II as Colt, and James Paul Roeske II as Tum Tum, I'm gonna say they were fine, what have you. They're not as good as the others, though. Not even the replacements for two of them in Three Ninjas Kick Back, however. But they try to do their extreme best. Now, we have for our other members in the cast, we have Victor Wong as Mori, one last time, but unfortunately, we don't see much of him, to be honest. That is kind of a bit of a downside. Alan McRae plays Sam Douglas, the boy's dad, and Margarita Franco plays Jessica Douglas, the mother. Which I think those are a couple of them. The other two we've seen in the other films, aside from Mr. Wong. Now, for some other members, we have Lindsay Felton playing Jennifer and Chelsea Earlywine playing Amanda. I'm gonna say those two girls are pretty decent enough. Now, this is hard to really explain and why have you. Let's see here. Okay. Now, for the bad guys, we have Loni Anderson, who you knew best of WKRP and Cincinnati fame, and lots of other movies and what have you. She plays Medusa. I was surprised. I could not even believe it. I could not even picture Loni Anderson playing an actual villain in this. Could you? Well, anyway, yeah. Playing Lothar Zog, who happens to be Medusa's second in command, is Jim Varney, who you probably knew best as the man who gave us Ernest P. Worrell. And this, of course, I found out would be the second time he played a villain after he played the Ernest look-alike Nash in Ernest Goes to Jail. After this, he would play the main villain in the film Treehouse Hostage, which was also directed by the director of this film, Sean McNamara, which would be released the following year. And of course, Varney was already well known for doing the Slinky Dog in the first two Toy Story films. Now, I am surprised by Mr. McNamara's direction. After he had recently directed the two direct-to-video Casper films, Casper: A Spirited Beginning and Casper Meets Wendy, which was released the same year. He also directed some other films, including the Even Stevens movie, Raise Your Voice, Bratz, as in the live-action film, Bring It On, Fight to the Finish, the Sweet Life movie, and even, this is a film I never will want to watch because, well, I don't want to get on that subject. Soul Surfer. Yeah, I couldn't even believe it when I did some research on. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I thought Lothar was a pretty fairly good villain and what have you. Now, and then we have Kirk Bailey playing Carl, Brendan O'Brien as Zed, and Travis McKenna as Bulo. Which those are characters I did not mention, but those are Medusa's goofball dimwit nephews. You'll encounter in seeing it should you see its film. So anyway, Three Ninjas High Noon and Mega Mountain. This can be a hit or miss and what have you. Oh, you know what? I did forget one more thing. Hulk Hogan himself. Duh. How could I forget the Hulkster? After he had recently done a few films prior to this, like Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny. And of course, the following year he'd have a cameo in Muppets in Space, which that's like one of the Muppet films I have yet to even review on this channel. Now, his role as Dave Dragon, it's not bad. But anyway, now I'm going to say this is kind of a draw. So my verdict is either give it a one-time watch if you're a hardcore completionist, or simply avoid this film at all costs. So anyway, Three Ninjas High Noon and Mega Mountain, it does have its fun moments, despite having three different players as the titular characters. But having some pretty good big names in this, like Hulk Hogan, Loni Anderson, and Jim Varney, you might have a little bit of fun with, but you be the judge. So, what did you think of Three Ninjas High Noon and Mega Mountain? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow, and make the views grow. We'll have another video coming up soon, I hope. So in the meantime, if you like this, you may want to check out these other vids and what have you that actually do feature the Hulkster. In the upper left hand corner is a Saturday morning TV log I did on Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling, which he does appear in live action form. In the upper right hand corner is my review of his crazy film, Mr. Nanny, which that's another underrated film. Or if you would like maybe something else, you can check out my review of Ernest Goes to Jail in the bottom left hand corner if you want to see some more Jim Varney. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya, and I hope for the best I get over this sickness for good. Bye.